of the Asia Champions League in India, where we have the playoffs. We have the 5th place playing against the 4th place, and the winner of that is going to face True Ripper for another playoff spot. So now we're going to make out on who's the second team, alongside Marcos, who's going to qualify for the Asia Champions League finals in Malaysia. Is it going to be God's Reign, Revenant, True Rippers, or what is actually the last team? Seoul. Those 4 teams can also make it, of course. But God's Reign and Revenant have the furthest way. They have to win 3 best of 3s if they want to qualify for the tournament in Malaysia. So we have a Scyther, Hooper, Delphox, Gardevoir, Snorlax for God's Reign. And for Revenant we have a Mew, Slowbro, Eldegoss, Glaceon, and a Blastoise. Honestly looking quite normal. Very solid team comms. God's Reign does look a bit squishy with a double attacker and a Scyther as well. That is for sure. On the other side, we have double frontline, double attacker, so I really like the combo of Revenant. They just have a lot of damage, they have good frontline, good team fight unite moves, and yeah, they just look very solid. They have that Glaceon, they have the Mew for early game laning phase, Slowbro of course to counter the Scyther, and then also they can also outrange Delphox and Gardevoir with that Mew at the same time, so I for sure prefer Revenant's team comp going into his first match, but let's see what the Scyther can do up against that Glaceon. If he can somehow be able to get those takedowns onto that carry. You have a Scyther Hooper moving towards top path, Revenant just sharing jungle early game of course. Giving that buff over to either Gossifleur or the Squirtle, who's going to take it actually. Goes off to the Squirtle, Blizzard's going to pick this one up and he also snipes away the Spytoy with that water gun. Nicely done, he's going to start auto-attacking now, same for the Hooper with auto-popping the X attack. Blizzard looking for this last hit, can't quite get it. But he's going to be very annoying with that Red buff. He's just going to auto-take over and over again in this early game phase and slow the side of God's Reign down. But God's Reign are able to secure their bunnies and even the mid one, so they're doing good on experience. We have Kirlia heading towards bot path, same for Glaceon. But now Glaceon slowly is walking towards top path and Kirlia is staying bot, so we're going to have a 3v2 on top and a 3v2 on bot path. So the junglers are not going to meet in this early game. Which I don't know, Crowley's only level 4 because he shared Red buff. And a level 4 Glaceon is still quite weak, because he's not able to get those shards up too often, which means they just not do a lot of damage. The Curly are already quite strong with that Psy Shock or Future Sight. It's going to be very strong in early game, so I think it's the best for Glaceon to for sure avoid an early game fight. Doesn't want to run into Curlia. Curlia is actually rotating top path. Currently in the jungle there, we're going to see some invades happening. Eldegoss is going very aggressive towards the left side now. It looks like he's going to abandon because he has to help Blizzard up on top path. His focus band just got procced. Loses focus band, K level 5 now with that Voodoo Wing Beat. Gonna be obviously very strong for the next few minutes. And Blizzard is gonna be stuck on that War Turtle with only Water Spout, which is obviously very weak. You really do want the Rapid Spin. Until you have that, you're just such a weak Pokemon. He's gonna look for this last hit as well, and I don't think he got it. Not quite sure he got it. Both teams yet to score a single point, and we have the mid Ataria spawning. Right here. Scepter fighting the Slowbro. But of course Slowbro is going to win against his Braixen quite easily. Has no chance. Now Revenant's going for this mid-fight. Wing Beaters are in, but he has to abandon. And Blizzard's going to score 30 points. This is so huge. Now he's already 6.5. He got one entire level, or half a level from just this one score. Not having to go to mid-path. And that's actually massive for the side of Revenant. 30 points as well. Snorlax jumping with that Heavy Slam. Crowley is staying alive with that Ice Event, trying to look for some damage right here. And Snorlax is dropping super low. The boost auto attack's not getting blocked, but he barely lives. Noxaso is under a lot of pressure right here, but Slowbro is so tanky. This Pokemon is just so unkillable. Looks for telekinesis. Does he actually hit it? I'm not sure if he hit it. Another Heavy Slam goes in. And no casualties are though happening. 30 points also went in for God's Reign on the top path. And now the Solar Beams are just going to hurt off me over and over again. They don't have, they don't really have a good healer, but they have Hooper. Hyperspace Portal can always get someone back to full HP quite instantly, but it's not really good in combat healing either, so you gotta be a bit careful. Heavy Slam only ends on Slowbro. Not quite the target they're looking for. Oh my god, we see Scepter going very aggressive already on this Delphox. Jumping in, but we have a level 8 on Glaceon, which means Unite move unlocked, and they just want to go for this Registeel now before maybe Scyther gets level 9. Or any of the side of God's Reign are able to get the Unite moves out. There's the Hyperspace Portal, getting Delphox to full HP. Noxy on that Snorlax just trying to buy time right here. Registeel is actually leeching. And Revenant is just kind of not pulling the trigger right here. We still have the 2 top Pokemon there. Fighting on top path. Now the Hyperspace Portal comes through. They're going to heal back to full HP. And Revenant still not pulling the trigger. But Glaceon actually already been Unite moved. And Steel, it's again leeching HP. This is paying so much, this is taking so much time. Gardevoir finally gets a KO onto Slowbro, another hyperspace portal, saves Snorlax, he goes back to full HP. And now Gardevoir has Unite move. Revenant just waited too long. They waited way too long. Triple KO for that Gardevoir, and now Quadra KO for Omen on this Gardevoir. Revenant just waiting way too long. 30 points go in, 40 points go in. And it took so long that Gardevoir was actually able to get level 9 during this fight. And get that Unite move out to win them the team fight. Now he's level 10.5 already. This is terrible news for Revenant. Absolutely bad. They're gonna score so many points as well. Another 30 go in for that Delphox. 173 now in total already. Oh boy. Yeah, Revenant was just way too scared to go in. They had the opportunity, they had the Unite move advantage, but they just didn't use it properly. And they get punished for it by Omen. Now we even have almost level 11 Scyther. Does he have to Unite move maybe right here? Is getting Skyded. Icy Wind is gonna hit, doing a lot of damage. Delphox Unite is nice there to defend that goal, and Blizzard is dropping really low. He's gonna go down. We also had Slowbro going down. Another 2 KOs for God's Rain. And I'm gonna start going for this Regieleki. Up top, Heavy Slam lands on 2, looking for the block on Glaceon. He has to Unite move out, just for some mobility. And now Snorlax might fall, but has Unite move, he's gonna heal back up to full HP. He's laying on the ground right there, another Gardevoir Unite just to zone, and he's gonna able to pick up this Regieleki for the team. Gonna start heading towards this goal, but this goal is at 12 points, so it's not gonna mean too much, but at least 30 points going for Hooper. And the fight's still breaking out. We have a 1-for-1 happening. Snorlax down for self God's Rain. We had... Oh my god, I like this play a lot. They just pour towards bot path and just finish off the second goal with that Hooper unbound. Good play by God's Rain. Just getting the entire team towards the bottom path goal, and they just finish off the second goal. 301 points already now. Wonderfully done. Okay, on the chase of Crowdy right here. He's quite deep. Is he actually caught right here? Electro Ball's gonna land. He's gonna full heal the slow from that Electro Ball and just try to get out with that Whipping Beat. And yeah, his other move. I think he has double hit. And he gets out alive. Slowbro is caught though. Mystical Fire is barely not gonna end. He cancels the Heavy Slam with his Telekinesis, which keeps him alive. Wow. That was incredible. Right before it landed on him, the Telekinesis hits Snorlax and denies the KO. Wow. Now we have a level 11 Delphox. You can see him already jumping around over and over again. And Regirock is done and being taken. Unite move of Slowbro goes on to Snorlax. I believe the target you want. I mean, he does go down. Regirock goes down to the Gardevoir Unite. Securing this one with that Unite move. Actually quite nice. Now then the chase. The Revenant wants some KOs right here. Xaso is running up. They only lost Snorlax so far. And they're gonna lose Blasters right here. For the Revenant, K getting stuck in the Kinesis. He's gonna jump over with a double hit. And he gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3 resets. And Samo Scyther's gonna live on 1 HP. Wow, that was so close. Gardevoir picking up a double KO. Scyther picking up a double KO. That was so incredibly close, but he gets this reset off the double hit. And is able to just heal with the dual wing beat. And to make it out alive. Crazy. 311 to 114 points for God's Rain. We have 1 minute to go until Rayquaza spawns. And both teams are gonna be looking for this, of course. But God's Rain with a huge lead now. And that Gardevoir is massive. Level 14. A level 14 Gardevoir. It's absolutely incredible. And they're gonna take this Regieleki. Unless Blasters can maybe steal it away. Please don't Unite move for it. Okay, tries to go for it, but yeah. I was scared he's gonna Unite move for it. Would have been terrible. Obviously he doesn't. Divine's trying to defend right here. Omen porting in with that hyperspace portal from top path. And he's trying to defend right here. Misses the Psychic on Slowbro. One more Side Shock could be the deal. Still on the chase, but he has to be careful. But Delphox from the side jumps in with a Mystical Fire Flame Charge and helps out Gardevoir, getting 2 KOs right here for this side. And now she's almost level 15. Omen is almost level 15. He's gonna do so much damage. And Revenant is very low level. They have 2 level 12s and 3 level 11s. So they're very far behind in experience compared to the side of God's Rain. Level 13 Delphox, level 13 Scyther, level 14, 15 Gardevoir almost. So huge advantage for God's Rain going to this fight now. Crowley does it level 13 right here. He's getting jumped on already. He might get Scyther Unite move instantly right here. If Glaceon goes down, this would be terrible news to Revenant, but I think he makes it out alive. Had to use it to Unite move though, so they traded no Unite moves for a Unite move. Now Revenant is actually going for this Rayquaza, is dropping on a half HP. God's Rain has to just maybe force a fight. Heavy Slam goes in. The block is gonna start blocking Glaceon away. Slowbro Unite not doing all too much right now, but Scyther's kinda caught though. He does caught, but uses its Unite move. He's gonna finish off Mew with Electro Ball, not enough damage to get Scyther down, and Rayquaza goes towards Omen. Or Delphox actually, so I will pick this one up. God's Rain with an incredible first match of the day. Revenant stood no chance, even though I felt like they had for sure the better draft. This Gardevoir was absolutely massive and able to win that bottom team fight. I think it's all snowballed from the bottom team fight where Revenant just took way too long. And God's Rain takes a 1-0. Heading into drift number 2, we have God's Rain with that first pick. They're going for Scyther, Mew, Hooper so far. Revenant going for Delphox, Slowbro, Snorlax, Machamp. Again, looking very good for Revenant. They just pick solid Pokemon together, but so does God's Rain. They do look a bit squishier, but they pick up the Glaceon for them this time. With that Mamoswine last pick. Honestly, we don't see Mamoswine too often anymore. But there we go, locking it in. And Revenant considering a Cramorant last pick or the Gardevoir for themselves. I mean, I think Gardevoir's super good still right now. It's even getting nerfed. Gardevoir's getting nerfed in this next patch, so it's a really good Pokemon. That is for sure. Good frontline again, but Revenant doesn't have a support though. They're missing out on a support. No support against Scyther, Glaceon, and Mew. You go without a support. No Clefable, no Blissey, no Eldegoss. Oh boy, that is interesting. Not having a support against this much burst damage is quite interesting. I can't really say I would support this, so for sure favoring God's Rain in the second match now. But maybe Revenant can surprise us. I mean, they don't have a lot of damage at least, right? They have a lot of damage. They just have to KO God's Rain before they get KO'd. Simple, right? Then you don't need healing. Just run in with that Machamp Unite, punch people into the face, and hope it works out for you. I guess that's the best they can do. Right, here we have... He's 8 though, he can't score against a Swinub, right? Surely he can't. Yeah, he's the eject button away. They gave every last hit to the Machoke, and they're not sure if there's actually Swinub on top side, and now they're getting punished for it. But first KO goes over to Revenant. Swifty is able to stop the Scyther quite early on with that Snorlax. Of course, also great early game Pokemon. We have a defender against defender fight, and Snorlax is going to win this last hit right here. Or that Bitoy. Noxie has to abandon towards the left side. And going for this next last right here. Divine actually invading very early on. Positive of God's Rain, he's going to go down right here. Looking for that invading on Hooper. But he doesn't succeed with it. I mean, he lost at least a lot of time because the red buff now did take a while for the breaks and to actually finish off. And we have already Omen on bot path with that level 5 Glaceon. Looking for some chaos right here. Has that Icy Wind already unlocked. With a fully stacked up Icicle Spears or what, Icicle Crystals. Fight is breaking out on top. Chaos dropping super low. This could be another KO for Revenant. But God's Rain at least. They also get a KO onto the Machoke there. So nice 1-for-1 at least in the 1v3. Scyther still finds a knockout for himself. Not doing too bad. There is a slow revolution done, but he's on the wrong side. He is on the wrong side. He just was like, okay, I'm going to score. I'm going to get to level 4. I don't care what happens otherwise. I'm going to go down. It's okay. I got what I came for. And he gets the evolution done. I think that's totally fine. Swifty actually invading right here. But he's up against an Icy Wind Red Buff Glaceon. Is he actually... this is not going to work out. That is a very ambitious invade right here for this side of the Snorlax. Also right before the Atarius mid spawn, which means he can't help his team out now. Going for these mid Atarius. So big mistake by the Snorlax player of Revenant. And of course now God's Rain can just go for these mid Atarius on their own. And we have a fight and breaking out on top. And K just crits. Machoke back to base. Easy 1v1 for Scyther. And Delphox I think and also went down for Revenant. So God's Rain in full control of the second match as well in this early game. Swifty very deep again, looking for these berries right here. But Scepter is trying to defend the goal. They get some points in at least. 63 in total already. 40 on this bottom goal. Surf goes in off Mew. Just had the Surf in case they want to dive the goal. To be sure he's a bit safer. Surf obviously great at defending goals. With that stun, with the pushback. And also the shield to make sure Mew actually lives. Going back to the Solar Beam now. Doing a lot of damage to Swifty, who has to rest up. We already have a very early Glaceon at this time by Omen. Very early Glaceon Unite. He's going to take his blue buff again and then head towards the Reggie on bot spawning. But now we have Machoke getting the 1v1 KO onto Scyther. These both are just fighting each other over and over again. And this time Machoke of Revenant is able to win this 1v1. And he's going to fully stack right here. That was perfect for him. He's 8.5 now. That's exactly what he needed. And now the Regirock fight is going to happen. Glaceon doesn't have Unite move right now though. But no one of Revenant is even close to Unite move. So God's Rain obviously in full control. The Solar Beam comes through. Heavy Slam goes in off Snorlax. Noxie with that focus is going to stay alive. He takes the thingy, but okay, the Mew is going to be able to claim this Regirock for the side of God's Rain. They were much faster here than Revenant was in the first game, and they're able to claim it before anything happens. Swifty dropping super low, 1 HP! And Hooper can't find the knockout. Not quite. And lives on 1 HP right here. Okay, almost level 9 now. We have the Machamp heading towards bot path. Maybe looking for a dive right here. The Vine is kind of low and he's going to go for sure go down, right? Dynamic Punch is going to land into that Moonblast. Machamp dropping the Unite move, but Mew countering. staying invisible right now, so I think Blizzard can't really find anything right here. Nice Mew as well, gets the KO on Gardevoir. Just goes in with that surf. Gets the 1v1 KO onto Gardevoir. Okay, you know, having to use it. So in my book, Blizzard still couldn't reactivate the March Champion Knight, and I think he's gonna go down as well. He has nowhere to go. Snorlax is gonna fall. God's Rain with another 3 KOs on this bottom path. And meanwhile, we have also Glaceon already taking this Regieleki. So looking terrible for Revenant right now. Looking absolutely terrible. Death Fox Unite is going down to maybe defend the goal a tiny bit, and they succeed with it for now. The Pillow Swine gets taken down. But can they go for any more KOs right here? Crowley jumping forward. Gardevoir Unite is up. He might be looking for something with that Moonblast as well. They're looking for the Mew right now. He's getting blocked. Cameron go towards spot path. They're diving right now. Deathfox trying to score 40 points, and Deathfox is going to score those 40 points. Scepter on the chase. As the surf back out, and he's totally fine. It's so hard to catch a Mew still. Getting down a Mew is actually so difficult. That's why Mew is also so good. It's like literally it's the hardest attacker to actually get taken down. Because it has so much mobility. The Unite move as well, turning it invincible. Agility surf. It's just so annoying. It has so much range as well. They're gonna try to dive this Slowbro now. The Telekinesis is going to miss. And God's Rain is gonna abandon for now. 152 points, 127. The only thing that God's Rain is missing right now is that Mamoswine. That Mamoswine evolution is something they still need. And then they're going to be very happy. Get that Unite move unlocked. He's going for these indies on the left side now to try and pick it up. Hooper has Unbound now. Being locked up, but Revenant is currently in control. God's Rain is far away, but they have Hooper Unbound. They can always pot in. Revenant is just going for it. They're going for this Regice. They don't have a lot of damage though, because they don't have Psychic on Gardevoir. Now the ports are coming in. There's Noxie on that Mamoswine. Looking for that Icicle Crash onto Slowbro. And Kel is quite low though, jumping in. He could get Slowbro Unite moved. This he's not careful enough. Divine is stuck in a very bad position right here on the Hooper, and I think he's going to fall. Yeah, he's going to fall. 1 KO to Revenant. And God's Rain didn't even port in. They're just going to stay top path and they're just going to score points instead. 40 going for Mew. There's also some going in for the Glaceon. And no, the left team still gets the Veggie anyways. Revenant still loses it. They lose top points. They also lose the Reggie. They do get 2 KOs. But is that worth it? I don't know. Mamoswine was able to pick it up somehow. And Revenant is just not having a good time today. They are not having a good time. They had a good team fight though, at least for it. But again, they were also outnumbering the side of God's Rain. Because God's Rain kind of let the Hooper die. They didn't use the portal. Mamoswine looking for highest power. Regieleki is dropping low. There's a Gardevoir Unite and they're going to claim it. Scyther does knock out the Gardevoir. The Gardevoir standing no chance against the Scyther Unite. Scepter eject buttoning away. Blizzard with the Yambu still unlocked. Did he use it yet? I don't think so. But he can't do anything with it. God's Rain are trying to defend. There's a Death Fox. Very aggressive Unite onto the goal. And 3 are down. For God's Rain. Another good team fight from Revenant. They actually pull 6 points into the lead now. Mew does find Delphox in the end as well as an exchange. But very good for Revenant. They do a lot right here. Kinda coming back into the match. So, Blizzard hitting level 30 now. Slowbro a bit caught. He's getting slowed by the Electro Ball. He's just shooting down. He does heal a lot with the Guided Amnesia. But obviously not nearly enough to have a chance of surviving. 50 seconds left for these one of the Rayquaza to spawn. And both teams obviously are going to look for it. Only 11 on Gardevoir, so not going to do too much damage. Still for the side of Revenant, but that Glaceon on level 13, Mew is also getting close to 13, I'm pretty sure. Are going to do a lot of damage. Yeah, he's going to get level 13. Hopefully. Altaria is going to get taken right now. He's getting very close to it. Needs like a quarter of a level of experience. And he's going to hit level 13 and do crazy amounts of damage. And again, he's going to outrange Delphox and Gardevoir quite heavily. And Revenant has no healing, no support, so those Solar Beams are going to do crazy amount of damage onto the Revenant team. Can they win without having a support? And Revenant actually going for a Reggie though, and they get a steal. Okay, that is massive. They actually get a free Reggie steal right here for the last fight. Can they do it in time? Yes, 2 seconds left, and they claim a steal buff for their side. Additional is physical attack, additional special attack for the Revenant DPS carries. It's going to be absolutely massive. Swifty already jumping in, looking for the block onto Hooper. Hooper stuck in a very bad position. Has the Shadow Force made to go out, but he gets a Dynamic Punch. Divine kinda stuck right here. Doesn't have Unite. Vesta Unbound. He just goes down. He just goes down. He kinda just didn't really do anything there. And gets taken down. Now it's a 4v5 fight. And Revenant is obviously gonna go for this Rayquaza. Scyther looking for the engage. Rayquaza dropping to half HP right here. Dropping quite low, and Revenant is just going for it. Revenant is just going for this Rayquaza. There's a Gardevoir Unite landing, and Mew tries to steal it away, but it goes over to Delphox of Revenant. God's Rangers didn't do anything right here. They just didn't fight back. Hooper just went down, not pressing Unbound to maybe even heal or get a shield or something. And Revenant is gonna ace God's Reign. They're gonna score a crazy amount of points. And they're gonna take the second match. They're gonna make it a 1-1. God's Reign, I feel like kind of throwing the game away there. They just didn't really team fight together. I mean, good engage by Snorlax, finding the Hooper there. But yeah, Revenant is gonna take the second match. Deciding match on who's gonna play True Rippers next for a top 3 spot. Is it gonna be God's Reign? Or is it gonna be Revenant making a comeback now? We have for God's Reign, Omen on the Dodrio, very scary. Noxie on Snorlax. We have Divine on Hooper. Scepter on Gardevoir, and Kale locking that Aegislash. Revenant with a Betcha on Delphox. Xezol on Slowbro. Swifty on that Clefable Blizzard again, going for the Machamp, and Crowley going on that Delphox. So both comms looking very solid again. Not sure about that Aegislash, but Aegislash is always like kind of good and kind of bad. So far, Gardevoir seems to be a game-deciding Pokemon. And goes over to God's Reign again. Double Glasses and a Shellbell. Third match, who's gonna take this win? Whoever loses right here is out of the Asia Champions League and they end 5th place. In India, they're gonna be last place Indian team. Of course, neither of them wants to be the last place India team. And they still want to make it to the offline tournament in Malaysia, of course. And they still have chances, so whoever's out right here, they're done. The Asia Champions League run is over. So important game for both of these teams to stay in this league and to continue their journey towards that offline tournament. We have a Clefairy and a Machop top lane right here. Has 8 points again, which means he can't really go for the stack right now. He's going to try to get this bite, but doesn't. He gets caught, and first KO already for the Hooper. Machop just being a bit too aggressive. Hooper does a lot of early game damage. Shows he comes in from the side. And we have the first KO for God's Reign already on this top path. Swifty looking for this last hit right now, but Hooper again so annoying. And he gets the last hit with the basic attack and the Astonish. Another just thing stolen by Divine. Has the red buff as well. It's just so annoying, the Super in the early game. With that red buff on. Is so difficult to deal with. So insanely difficult to deal with. Scepter now about to hit level 5 already. For Gardevoir on bot path. That is huge. He's going to pick up the Psyshock for these first Altaria fights. But they're leaving him alone on bot path. They're just going for top with that Hooper hyperspace. And they want to look for chaos right here. Noxie jumping, and there's the tech, and they're going to get Machop again. He goes down. Swifty also might be caught right now. They're going to keep diving the score right now. Swifty, can he get to the berry in time? No, he can't. The Sacred Sword knocks him up right before he gets to the berry. And then nice rotation by God's Reign towards top path with that hyperspace. They're going to score 23, 13, and 25 points. They're set it exactly to 1 HP already. 1.5 minutes into the match. The top goal is literally at 1 point left. 79 in total. Very good play by God's Reign. Good rotation towards top path. And Revenant was not ready for it. Revenant was not ready for it. Slowbro is actually currently invading God's Reign's Jung. He's going for that Dodrio. Was he able to take the blue buff away? Dodrio has to run away. Man of Slowbro was succeeding. Astonish comes through again. Hyperspace Portal. Both of them take it. They go back to full HP instantly. Blizzard though hitting level 5 now. Getting that much choke. And Omen looking for Xezol right here. Slowbro dropping low, and he's for sure going to go down. He has nowhere to go unless Swifty with the Moonlight is able to heal him out. Sacred Sword lands. Boost auto attacks are there from Kel 1-2. But Slowbro is healing so much. We go also a botline fight breaking out. Snorlax gets caught by the side of Revenant. And Slowbro actually makes it out alive, but Omen is here to get a revenge KO. And he takes it down with a boosted auto attack. Sends Mew back to base. He even scores a lot of points. Omen already level 8. So he's doing great for himself. Goes in for another dive maybe right here. But yeah, the Slowbro is just unkillable. And actually eject buttoning after Hooper. And Clefable takes on the other support in that supporter duel. Wants to be the superior support. And they also claim the Altaria. 111 points for God's Reign, 42 for Revenant. Okay, looking for this last hit right here. And he probably should win with Whiteguard. He should probably win against Macho quite easily at this point in the game. So he's going to stay top lane for now. And he always has the Hyperspace Portal to take. And Cobot. Does he actually finish off this goal? I don't like this. I don't think he should do that. Because he could just farm all these experience and get level 9 and then maybe break the goal. But he just goes towards the Regieleki afterwards. We have an engage happening. Omen is diving in very, very deep with that Unite move, but there's a huge Delphox Knight zoning him out. Regice goes over to the Delphox as well. Nice block by Snorlax. But can God's Reign find any KOs? They're stuck in a 4v5 scenario, but they actually get one. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Snorlax goes down. Same for the Machoke. And Kale is going to claim the Regieleki for his team up top path. Mew also snipes Gardevoir. And they're actually diving the score right now. Revenant has to be just on the foremarch right here. God's Reign has to be careful. 40 points go in for the Delphox and 30 points go in for Mew. Huge scoring. The Gravity denies the heavy slam of Snorlax. He has no chance of doing anything about it. So good by Revenant right here. Good team fight win. Death Slash comes through. They get 1 KO onto the slow bro, and they're gonna keep maybe on diving, but have to be careful. The Mew Unite is there. Mew might be looking for a return KO right here. Snorlax can never heavy slam into this gravity because he will just get stunned instantly. It's very scary for that Snorlax to deal with. So he has to be always careful not getting stunned by the gravity. Blizzard is gonna clear this Regieleki, claiming some experience as well by getting the last hit on it. And he's almost level 9 now. Getting that Machamp elusion done. Slowbro still looking for his own Unite. Omen might be looking for a push right here. He's level 10, he's gonna start fighting Machamp. Goes him very aggressively. And is he maybe getting a Unite move? No, he gets jumped on. Mystic Fire's gonna land on Delphox. Claims a massive KO onto Dodrio. Crowley level 11 already now. Here's Mystic Fire Plus. He's gonna let the Unite move onto 2 characters. Aegislash is dropping quite low. Has berries though. Oh, Gardevoir Unite lands onto Clefable. Clefable is caught in it, but Machamp is here. They take down Aegislash. They take down Gardevoir. Solar Beam is also gonna land. Revenant keeps going ham. There's a Hoopa Unbound for the people who respawn. They can be maybe join the fight again. Machamp gets taken down by Dodrio. Mew's also caught by the Hoopa Unbound stuns. And Mew's also getting taken down by Dodrio. Revenant going a bit too deep right here. Going a tiny bit too deep. Noxie looking for 22 points right up top path. And Mew will be able to jump there. But I think, no, he doesn't get there in time. Mew is able to stop this scoring from happening. He's also going to do a lot of damage to Snorlax, but it's not going to be enough to actually get the KO. He's sticking around. He goes for it again. He actually goes for it again. And this time he gets it off. Blizzard is here, but too late. Does he live though? Has the block. He's going to buy a lot of time. And now he also forced Blizzard to be topside, so which means Blizzard can't join his team on bot path. He just goes back in. And now the fight's breaking out. The Revenant looks like they're taking this team fight win though on bot path anyways, even without Machamp. They take down 3 members of God's Reign in a bottom team fight. But looks like they probably lost the Reggie though. Yeah, they lost Reggie. They lost the Reggie on bot path, but they at least get 3 KOs, which is probably going to be it in the long run anyways. Next Regieleki's up. Oh, what is that Dodo Unite? Looks so weird because of the light screen. It kind of messed up. He's on the chase and they're gonna get Delphox. Omen is very low. The boost auto attack gets blocked by Aegislash. And Omen is able to make it out alive. Very, very closely though. The Regieleki fight is about to happen. Both teams are going to look for it. Swifty is on the flank with that gravity. He's just walking onto Gardevoir right now. Lands the gravity and the Machamp Unite moving in. They're gonna smack Gardevoir back to the fountain. He gets taken down, but now Swifty is quite deep. He's also getting hit by this Regieleki. Electro is gonna hit onto Kale. Aegislash is dropping quite low. Clefable getting Unite move done, but what did he roll? Not sure what he got on this Unite move. But he's going very aggressively. Maybe a block with the way how he's playing. This Clefable is just so aggressive. Look at the Clefable still. He's stuck in 4 enemy members. He just doesn't care. And Electro Ball of Mew is going to pick this Regieleki. Gardevoir at least finding 1 KO onto the Machamp. Crowley kind of caught right now. The boost outtake is going to land 1 more. And Crowley might go down. Yes, he goes down to the Aegislash. Clefable is still running into the enemy team. He's going to score 40 with that Regieleki. Now the game is super close. Swifty putting down another gravity into Moonlight. Can Aegislash get a KO right here? Doesn't look like it. 194 points for God's Reign, 182 for Revenant. This game is super close right now. We have a level 13 Dodrio for the left side, a level 12 Gardevoir, level 13 Aegislash, up against a level 12 Machamp, a level 13 Delphox for the side of Revenant. So the carries do have a lot of experience. But so there's 1 more Reggie spawning on bot path. Looks like Revenant's gonna go for it. What is it going to be as well? What is it going to be? That is a steal. Again for Revenant, it's a Regirock, okay. It's a Regirock. I mean, still less damage you take, so why not go for it? Unless I can seal away the Hyperspace Portal, maybe? No, it's not in time. Mew's gonna claim it for side of Revenant. They take down this Regirock, and they're gonna have a big advantage now going to this last fight. Omen might be caught at top path. Blizzard is on the run. But he's able to get away with that agility, and now Aegislash is here to also help out his boy a tiny bit. Getting chased back down, but Machamp can't keep on chasing. The fight might be breaking out the mid path. There could be a fight. Both teams are looking at each other right now. We're looking at Machamp. Up top path, Solar Beams are flying through. And there's take Hyperspace Ported to base to heal back up to full HP. Scepter level 13 is also quite strong. Heavy Slam is going to miss. He is going to miss that Heavy Slam. Now Omen is caught! In that Slowbro Unite move. Just point and clicked on. He gets taken down also 4v5. That's what Slowbro is so good at. He just can instantly make a game 4v5. And they can start looking for this fight now, for this Regieleki, for this Revenant. 9 seconds until we have Dodo respawning. That's a Hoopa Unbound. But Rayquaza is dropping to half HP. This could just be a flip in the end, but it's a flip for the inside of Revenant. And they get it! It's a favored flip for Revenant. And Cliff Fabe is able to secure it. God's Reign can't make it there in time. Mono points going for Revenant up bot path. Slowbro's gonna run towards the top path as well. But can God's Reign score some points? The game is not over yet, guys. The game is not even close of being over. They're gonna score a lot of points right here. 100 going for Gardevoir up top path. And they're also pushing Tom bot. Actually, can he get it out in time? He gets it. He gets the 100, and that's huge for God's Reign. They're barely 100 points behind. Oh, but this scoring, though, they could have maybe had Aegislash score. Ooh, that could have lose them the game, actually. Snorlax taking the score there could lose them the game. Now they need 40 points still. Snorlax running in right now. Can they somehow get a KO right here? 40 seconds left. Again, this is for who's going to continue the tournament. Dodrio running towards the enemy base. He's going to score some points for the side. 20-20. And that puts God's Reign into the lead. But Machamp with that shield still gets 100 in. Hooper could have maybe stopped it. But where's Hooper walking? He just walked out of the base. He could have easily stopped this with damage. And now Revenant is ahead again. Why did Hooper walk outside of the base? He had nowhere to go. No way. Dodrio's gonna score another points. But Hooper just didn't defend the base for some reason. The shield was so low, he could have easily done it. Oh man, that's gonna hurt. And now Revenant's gonna take the win right here off the 100 points of Machamp. Hooper! I have to watch that again, but man, that is... he could have won Shadow Force auto tech and the shield was gone off Machamp, so he could have easily defended if he was there. And God's Reign could have taken this win. Man, what a close finish in the end. Revenant are gonna face True Rippers next for a top 3 spot. You know, next best of 3.